Hello again and welcome to the third lesson in the Walk and Shine course. This time we're going to be talking about building trust and internationally acceptable proofs. I really believe that you don't hire strangers or you cannot hire a stranger. It is people you know. It's why you ask for CV, it's why you ask for certificate, it's why you ask for primary six results here in Nigeria, right? You want to know if this person is the person he claims to be, if this person can do the job. And in some part of the other countries, they ask for references, people they can ask about your character. So it's the same thing for the online world. You have to build trust and acceptable proof. So why is this important? Now, the first question I will ask you, can you hire someone you don't know? And come to think of it, you are somewhere in Africa, your client is somewhere in Europe, somewhere in America, South America, is even in Asia, maybe Singapore, is in Australia, and you just want the person to hire you like that. Come on now, Oga, calm down. It does not work like that. So you have to build trust. You have to build acceptable proof. Now you will say, oh, why do I even have to build acceptable proof again? Because Upwork has connected us. Now I want to quickly remind you that your physical location it's kind of a barrier, but let me put it nicely. People tend to judge books by their covers, right? If the cover is somehow, they say, this book will not be interesting. So that's what being a Nigerian or from any part of the African continent mean when you approach international clients to consider you for the job they have. So the next thing is people hire those they trust to do their job. You cannot hire strangers. I've said this before. You don't hire strangers to do your job. So you want to make the person on the other side trust you before you even bring the idea of hire me, right? You want to make them trust you. So now how do you build this trust and acceptable proof? How do you build them? Now, the first thing that comes to my mind is to let you know that you need to get internationally recognized certificate. Now, I don't mean Offa Poly, I don't mean Ozoro Poly, right? But I mean certificate from somewhere like Google. I think when someone sees Google and say, okay, I attended the training at Google, then it kind of, people can easily relate with that. When people see HubSpots and all those international names, people tend to relate with those more better. So if it's possible for you, go out there, get internationally acceptable certificates or recognized certificate. Now, all of them are not expensive. Some are even free. The ones I started with, like the Google Digital Ski for Africa, they have a introduction to digital marketing course. I started with that. That was my first 40-hour course I took, and it was free of charge. It's still free to today. So you could Google that and start with that. The next one is get original samples of your work. Now, when you come online and you say you can do this, let there be samples, especially if you are in the creative industry, even if you are a writer, if you are a customer support, let there be some reference point to say this is the job you've done at some time in the past, right? So you must get original sample. One time I was hiring a graphic designer for a job, and the guy brought samples, and the samples were samples on Canva. I was like, what? How do you get to do this? So I should trust that you are a designer when you cannot even produce your own samples. So I don't mean like to talk down on the use of Canva. I've been paid over $20,000 for using Canva. No bragging, right? But you don't want to parade somebody else's template as your own original work. They will know. Clients will know. Like for me, I spotted it because I was already familiar with Canva, so I know that design was something from Canva. Now, another way to build internationally acceptable proof is do free job and get genuine feedback or reviews. So sometimes it may be endorsement from somebody on LinkedIn to endorse your skills. It may be a recommendation on your LinkedIn profile. So you can get this from renowned people that are already up there, people that are form of quote and unquote have gained some respect and built reputation over the years. So you can do some free work for them and get internationally acceptable proof or review from them. So when someone refer you and someone say, this person has done XYZ for me and I believe he can do for you, that is enough to convince another person, okay, let me give this person a try. So get genuine feedback, original ones. I'm not saying you should message all your friends to, give you feedback for free. Get it from people that have built the reputation over the years. Now, another thing that works, I think one day I was in a job post and I was in an interview, and the employer was like, do you have any write-up? I was not applying for a writing job. It was a customer success job or a customer support job. But the person wanted to see what I wrote or how I write. So thank God I had some LinkedIn blog. It was not the best, but I shared that. And that was it. That was what I think it's part of the reason I got the job. And that has been one of my longest and most outstanding clients so far. So write a blog article, write on LinkedIn, set up a Medium account, write about it. You can write about the success, you can write about the pains, you can write about the tricks, you can write about new innovation in your feed. I'm a victim of it. I don't write enough, but you try your best and write about the job that you do. That field you say you are an expert in, let there be an article from you about that thing. Now, you could join professional networks. Professional networks can be affiliate to so and so, just something like a body that I don't know how to put it for you, but look for people, other professionals that gather together and join them. That way you have a kind of covering for yourself and you are able to gain from their the proximity to them, right? So that's how I mean by join professional networks and group. So you belong to a part of a recognized group. That's for that. Then the sixth thing I want you to do is to share pro tips and tricks for the work that you do. So if you find a way to do something easier, share it. If you find a way to do it faster, share it. So this position you more as an expert. You could do this on YouTube, you could do this on LinkedIn. It does not have to be on Upwork. Of course, you can add that as a portfolio on Upwork, but do it on LinkedIn so that it's there. And you could also use your Facebook to do that. Now, you could build relationship online, especially on LinkedIn. So that's one way to build trust. When people see your connection, see the people that are friends with you, they tend to accept you more, they tend to believe you more. So it's not just you waking up from your room one day and say, hey, hire me. No, you have to work it. You have to put in some things in place so that when the person go and search for you, say, oh, aha, this person is friends with this person is trusted by this person, and all of that, right? So you build trust, you build reputation, you do free work, get recommendation, join professional network, build relationship with other freelancers. So when you do this with other experts, when you do this, you find out that people tend to see you as part of their solution. They are not asking, who are you again? They are trying, when they see you, they say, oh, yeah, I've seen him here. He's friend to XYZ. So all of that will make people tend to accept you more, will make clients tend to look at you and say, okay, this person knows what he is doing, right? So I think that is that for this lesson. If you have questions, you can go ahead and ask them. In our next lesson, we'll be talking about the gadgets and the tools you need for your work. This is important because you want to freelance, right? You need to get the right tools. And they are not very expensive or they are not pricey. I started with the minimum. I think you saw the picture, right? The monitor on that picture was not even there when I started. So I started with just that laptop I used in my HND days. So I don't want you to get carried away with the idea of gadgets and tools. You can get them, right? So see you on the next lesson. Once again, my name is Christian, and thank you very much for your time. See you again.